Welcome to the shop, guys. On this video I'm going to show you everything about this air-assisted airless sprayer. I'm going to show you how to set it up, some basic things you need to know before you get started, before you start using this guy. So basically what this guy is, it's a mix of both air and hydraulic pressure. That's why it's called air-assisted airless sprayer. And these guys are commonly used in cabinet painting industry just because of their efficiency and also because they don't use any electricity. So it's all air driven. Here's what we have going on. This is the sprayer and this is how it works. We have this big tube that is the intake. This is the intake tube. It sucks the material in from the bucket. I usually have my bucket somewhere here on the side. Just drop it into the bucket and the material gets sucked in. This little thing here is my air. This is where the air is coming in to the machine. I usually connect it with a shorter hose that I have here. It gets connected, boom, and that's it. If I want to turn this on, the pressure in the system, I just simply turn this little trigger, this little valve, and it's ready to go, ready to use. But otherwise, this is a safety lock. The air is off this way. It's pretty easy. If it's parallel to the spray line, it's on. If it's perpendicular, it's off. Okay, the air is off right now, and it's safe. Next, we have two main lines, so to speak, in this sprayer. First line is the short line, the reverse line, and it sucks the material from this intake tube and it goes right through the pump and out. It was a little reverse, or how else we call it. Well, anyways, we want to get rid of the air from the pump. So this little thing right here, there used to be another tiny little hose right here, but I got rid of it because it was all messed up. So there is air right now in the system. In order to get rid of this air, I want to turn this valve down, and that means that my material goes through the short line. We want to get rid of the air, and we do it by running the material through the short line. Once there is no air, once you see the material coming out of this hole right there, you just turn this up, this lever in the upward position, this way. And now the pump is going to be pushing the material into the main line. And this is our main line. This is the fluid hose. This is my air hose. So the air comes both directions. It comes straight through into the air line that goes to the gun as well. And it also goes to the pump that pushes the material, the liquid, through the fluid hose. So it's a two-part, kind of a two-stage machine. It pushes the fluid with the air through the pump, and it pushes the air directly through this air line. That's why we're able to get very, very nice atomization on this gun by using both hydraulic pressure and the air that helps atomizing the material and get a nicer finish. So this is the main idea of this sprayer. This is how it works. I mean, in general. And now I'm going to show you what to do with it, how to set it up, how to get going. Very first thing that we always do is we check the filter. This is the main thing that'll make your life easier, and this is the filter right there. It's this guy right here. It's only the fluid. Air has no filters. We already have clean air coming in. So this is the filter, and this is how we want to clean it. I have this big wrench right here that I always use, and it's just a little bit of pressure and it's off. Screw this nut. Take this thing out, and here's the filter. Comes out, sometimes it gets stuck in there, but usually it comes out pretty easily. You see there's some crap on it, some dried material or whatever, and we want to get rid of it. And there's also some stuff in there. And here's how I clean it. Very easy, very straightforward. Just kind of like brush it off. It's pretty easy because it's still wet. Everything is in acetone. Now it's basically brand new. Nice and clean. Now inside. For the inside, I usually use my smaller cleaning brush, and I use a smaller one just because I want to get the stuff out. Take it out. Nice and clean on the inside too. That's it. It doesn't have to be super duper clean, as long as the material can go through the mesh, but this is good enough. This is clean enough. Put it back in, screw it back on, we're back in business. Just want to make it, no need to over tighten it. It's good. Okay, now we're good. Everything looks good to me. Next part, the nozzle. This guy right here, the cup or the nozzle, or wherever you want to call it. I usually use some acetone to clean it. I usually have a container full of acetone, and then I dip my brush into the acetone. And this is very important, this is crucial to clean the gun or the cup, the nozzle, after every use of your gun. While the material is still wet, it's way easier to clean it rather than when it's completely dry. So just give it a little bit of a clean this way. Acetone cleans really, really nicely. And all I need to do basically is to brush it off. Comes off really nice and easy. The size of the tip allows us to get any kind of crap out of there easily. It's not too small, so we're good. I usually check the other side as well. As long as this part is clean, I'm happy. The way I clean this part is by simply taking a little bit of a shop towel or paper towel. These are just cheaper. Dip it into acetone again, push it in, give it a little twist, and it's clean. And when you do it on wet paint, it's way easier, like a lot easier. So I clean it every time before I go home, right after I finish my spray day. This is nice and clean. And ideally, I don't even have to do anything with it in the morning. But just in case, and just to show you guys, we're making YouTube videos here. I cleaned it before I got it set for spraying. So now it's pretty much ready to spray. I put my air cap on and it's ready to go. I usually tighten it by hand, very tight. And then this cup is obviously not straight, right? It's kind of messed up. So what I do with it, I find something that I can use to turn the air cup into the right position. I turn it this way. I look at the cap from the top, this way. If I don't like it, I make my adjustments. I don't like it again, I go a little more. I never, ever look at the gun this way. Never point the gun right into your face. Even when you wear your air supplied respirator, never do it ever. So I always look at the top. If I don't like it, I make a little adjustment, but if I'm happy, I'm happy. A tiny bit of an angle wouldn't do much of a difference. But if you spray right into your lovely face, that might kill you. Okay, anyways, we're good, we're ready. Now we are all set. The gun is working, the gun is clean. We're ready to mix the material. On this particular video, I'm not going to mix the material, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with acetone. Okay, so I have a little bit of acetone here. Let me actually get some clean acetone in the clean bucket so I don't mess up the filter.